Today, in episode 281 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, a playoff recap, World Cup Corner, a new team builder, and the TCF Top 3 of car options. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 281. Make sure to follow us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram as well as TikTok. Give those pages a like and a follow. Head on over to YouTube. Subscribe there for all of our content in video form. Make sure you check us out wherever you get your podcasts as well. So subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. Wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF. And of course, the man that I'm joined with here tonight, that is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Zach, crazy week of weather. We went from the hottest week of the year to torrential downpours this weekend. We've had a pretty light summer, to be completely honest, low 80s, and then we get hit with a week of 90s and then just slammed with rain over the weekend.
Yeah, I've been around for now 31 years, and I don't think I've seen that much rain in a small period of time almost ever.
I think we got 5 inches this weekend.
There were cars at a mall that's near us that were just flooded, just underwater, which I don't understand. I still don't understand how that happened. But, yeah, it was pretty insane. Roads were closed. I don't remember that much rain at one time ever.
Yeah. A buddy of mine who's a county cop, a county over, was messaging me this morning about basically that's all they did last night was pulling people out of like washed out roads. And it's scary because you just don't know what's underneath you. And we saw it a couple of times. We were driving down to my brother's and, roads kind of washed out and cars debating if they could make it through. And it's just not worth it.
I would say if you have to think about it, don't do it.
Yeah. Big time. But yeah. And like you had said about the cars flooded at the mall, it's just.
And I'm used to, for pretty much all of my life, I've driven a truck. And I've kind of had to get used to like knowing that I'm not going to make it.
Yeah. And I have a really small truck. So even that is like, yeah, I have, all-wheel drive, but it don't matter when there's water rushing across.
No, it's still tough.
Yep, exactly. It's been crazy. Like I said, 5 inches of rain, but it's supposed to be pretty nice this week, so can't complain too much.
I did see it's supposed to rain now Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Is it?
Who knows? Because it's going to take weeks for stuff to really dry up.
Oh, I still have like 2 feet of standing water in all of my ditches.
Yeah. Fortunately for me, where I live, it's not like terrible. But like you just drive around and there's this ditches full of water.
Oh yeah, cornfields. It's nuts, dude.
Which I don't live in the country anymore. I live in town. The corn is just growing at an insane rate.
Yeah, the whole knee high by 4th of July is just a load of crap.
Yeah, it's just not true.
It's like shoulder high already.
Yeah, you can already. I think you call it tassel.
Detassel.
Detassel.
Yeah,
but they're
I saw them out already.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Let's jump into things. As always, we've got our sinkers and floaters. My sinker is yard animals, wildlife, kind of, because they're back. I've talked about this many times on the show over the last 8 years. I live like a mile outside of town, and I just have critters everywhere. I think I talked about it on one episode. I caught 4 possums in 2 weeks in live traps. But now my ground squirrels are back. And when I was doing yard work last week, I found a hole that, I'm not kidding, was like actually probably bigger than that. It was probably 1.5 feet wide. So I've done some research. I don't know exactly what I have. I think it's too big for a foxhole. I've talked to some people and they think that I have.
Did you measure
it? I didn't get the tape measure out, but it's about 1.5 feet.
Jeez,
and it's
Louise.
pretty deep. The consensus is I think I have a groundhog.
That would be insane.
Yeah. Yeah,
If you
dude.
see a shadow.
I know it's bad out here. And I've got so we also had one rabbit like 4 months ago in the yard, and they don't go into live traps for some reason. Now I have like a dozen rabbits in my yard.
Ugh, just terrible.
Yeah. At
Well,
least
they're
like
cute animals, but I was on my way to my parents tonight, and on the way there and the way back, I think 5 rabbits ran out in front of me.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. And I just found a nest in my backyard. There's another couple hopping around.
Deer just don't move.
No, they're not afraid of us.
No, they just we're in their way.
Yes, 100%. The nice thing about these rabbits, though, is it is a great way to tire out a 3-year-old.
Well, that is true. Yeah,
because he thinks he can catch them, and we just let him run around the yard. It's the easiest form of entertainment, and he thinks it's the funniest thing in the world.
And that rabbit's just like, you got no chance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so yeah, we've been running labs
in my backyard under my porch. I have like concrete slab.
Yeah,
and there's like a hole that something had dug underneath, and I put some rocks in there and stuff. It's probably like a bunny or something like that. But
I've got ground squirrels so
they pour
bad.
up my like the cushions for my seats in my backyard, and it's just I have a fence back there too.
Yeah, dude, they don't care.
No, they do not care. My sinker, I'll say it once. I've said it on this podcast probably plenty of times. Fireworks suck, dude. They're terrible. They're a waste of money, and they scare me. They still scare me. Like, I get it when there's fireworks show, but it is July 5th at 10:20 p.m. on a Sunday, and there's been fireworks just all day.
Yeah, that part's crazy.
That's what annoys me.
I don't really care about fireworks. I like them now because my son likes them.
Well, yeah, the right setting.
Yes, exactly. It was kind of cool. We took him last night to a fireworks show, small town around us. And where we were parked at, you could see, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 towns, like kind of off in the distance. So that part's kind of cool. But like once July 4th is over, knock it off.
But not even that. It's just, even if it's July 4th, let the town that you live in or surrounding town do that. We don't need you. I went to Yorkville, where my sister lives, and I went to the fireworks show there, and there's a lot of people that you're pretty much like, we were parked in a restaurant parking lot, and then there's people like in a Menards parking lot and stuff, and people are just setting fireworks off before it starts. We don't need that. We do not need that.
Yeah. I'm
just
with you.
Use the sparklers. That's it. I don't even like the little the ones that you like throw out and they just kind of explode.
The poppets, those are great.
No, not those little ones that like the ones you light and then you throw out. I think they're firecrackers.
Oh yeah, I got a bag of those in my office for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, because they just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There was somebody right next to us that was just like randomly lighting off fireworks, and it's like, dude, that I don't think you know how like much that's gonna like have the sparks fly off.
Yeah, no, amateur fireworks are stupid.
Yeah, that's the fireworks themselves, but the problem is the fireworks themselves, like the shows, lead to that because people are like, "Oh, I'm at the fireworks show. Might as well just let the fireworks go."
No, I don't disagree at all.
And then my other sinker, it's been a while. VAR. This is some of the worst I've ever seen. This is crazy. We're calling offsides, which I already think is a terrible call. You've said that before that you think it's a terrible call. It makes no sense. Off of VAR now, off of just like somebody's like pinky toe going over the line. Like, this is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but like, I would rather have like ABS and VAR than not have it.
Well, there's difference between a quick call and it takes forever, and then they don't stop the clock. Why are we not stopping the clock?
That's a whole side. I mean, it is funny to watch all like the Americans. Like, I'm just as guilty of it. I don't ever watch soccer outside of the World Cup, and we come in and host, and now we're all like wanting to change the
I
sport
don't
that's
get
been
it. I
around
play
for.
soccer as pretty much from when I was a little kid until I was in high school. I played in high school. I don't understand. In all sports, you can stop the clock. Basketball, football, you stop the clock. But in soccer, for some reason, we just can't stop the clock.
100%.
We have to just guess at the end of the game how much time, or at the end of the half, how much time extra you get, and then no one knows where that actually comes from.
I don't disagree with that at all.
Even like these little hydration breaks, which I think are kind of weird. Like, just stop the clock. What do we?
Yeah, and those are just to get commercials on TV.
Yeah, just stop the clock. Well, it's not that hard. Somebody is sitting next to the clock.
Yes, I completely agree with.
I don't get that part.
Yeah, we'll get into a little bit more in our World Cup.
See, I say I played soccer. I'm allowed to complain, even though I don't really watch it. But
yeah,
it's my excuse for it.
I don't disagree with you at all.
But yeah, it's just some things are just like common sense.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
And the flopping, it's a lot. It's a lot going on there.
Yeah, that's a hard for any like actual soccer people. That's got to be a hard like. No, it's a part of the game. Like it's bad.
Well, especially when you see in like slow motion, you see like somebody barely get hit, and then they go down like they were just punched in the head or something.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It's wild. My floater is me entering middle age earlier than I thought. I've become like a big like just hang out in the garage and just work on little things. We're in the process of buying our house and just like being off for a couple weeks. I've had a lot more free time, and I've just spent like not this past weekend, but the weekend before, me and my son were just out hanging out in the garage, just for like 6 hours. I bought like a rolly cart for a TV. We just hung out there, smoked some chicken legs, rearranged the garage, organized it, cleaned it up. I'm just like, dude, I feel like I'm 35 going on retirement age here because I just hung out in the garage for like 12 hours last weekend.
Well, like, unfortunately for me, when I get home from work, it's like 3:30 in the morning. So I like to do that kind of stuff, but it's probably a little weird if I was like, had my garage door open and doing stuff at 4 in the morning. But yeah, it is fun to do. Like, just you start mowing the yard and then you think, oh, I need to do this and that. And then it becomes a whole day.
Exactly. And I've probably reorganized the garage twice this summer already. And, our outside garage, and I'm moving stuff around and getting stuff ready. And it's just, dude, the other day I was walking around, had probably been out, me and my son were out there. He was I don't know if it was like his water table or whatever it was, but we were just hanging out. My wife was gone for the afternoon. I got his water table out. We watched the Cubs game on the Rolly TV. We had chicken legs on the smoker.
You got one of those too?
Yeah, I bought I had an old TV laying around, so I bought one off of like Walmart or something.
Pretty sweet.
I definitely didn't assemble it right because I zip tied my TV to it because it just felt uneven. But it was like
that's not how you're supposed to do it.
$10 donation TV, so even if it falls and breaks, I'm not too upset about it. But no, dude, it's been a fun summer just kind of hanging. I think the weather has a lot to do with it being as nice as it's been, just because like we can hang out there all day and not, outside of last week, it hasn't been like sweltering hot.
And for you, it's just nice to everyone get outside.
Yes, exactly. And he sleeps like a rock after we do it.
Yeah, that'll always make you want to keep doing that.
Yes.
My floater is drone show. So before the fireworks, there was a drone show, and it was unreal. I know how. Okay, yeah, it was drones, but like, they were doing like USA, and they were making like bald eagles or like a football player, a baseball player. We were in Yorkville, so they're the Yorkville Foxes. So it had that in the air, and then like a picture of a fox. Like, it was so cool. I think that is way cooler than fireworks.
I've seen like videos and stuff of them on like TikTok and stuff, but I've never like seen one in person. But all the videos I've seen, they look really neat. So I would
It's really
love to
cool,
see
and,
one
like,
in person
there was like a meaning to everything.
for sure. I mean, it's crazy what we can do with technology now.
I mean, I was blown away. I was so
Yeah.
confused. And I said something like, "Oh man, I wonder how they do this." And then my nephew was like, "Drones." I'm like, "I understand it's drones, but like, how do they assemble the drones to know where to go?"
Yes. Yeah. And like, do they have like flashing lights on them, or are they
But it
like,
was kind of funny because, like, technically where we were at was behind the drone show, so
yeah,
like
so everything was
you saw everything
backwards.
backwards. So it's kind of funny.
That is really neat. We got to find one of those. I got to see one of these in person.
Yeah, because it was right before the fireworks, and then after that, I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't even need to see the fireworks. This was really cool.
Right? When is it going to start replacing fireworks?
Yeah, and it's like just like less dangerous too.
Oh, big time. Big time. That's really neat. I got to catch one of these, man.
That's the other thing. Just like fireworks, when you're just kind of messing around, super dangerous.
Big time. That's yeah. I mean, we were just as guilty. We used to shoot bottle rockets at each other at my parents' house. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
let's move into some sports talk. We've got the TCF Sports Minute. Real quickly, touching on the Blackhawks, big trade last week. They pick up Bowen Byram from the Sabres for that number 4 overall pick. They end up going and signing him to a 6-year, $75 million deal. Big move, $12.5 million a year. Yeah. At least
I love it.
You know.
And it's just like you can't make anyone happy. I think we still have like we won 3 championships in a row. That was 11 years ago. We had the number 4 pick. There was pretty much after the number 1 and 2, there was really nothing there. We traded for a guy who everyone goes, well, we could have gotten more. Well, you have to trade something for the guy. Yes, you probably traded too much, but that's just how it goes.
You got to do something. Just the way the last half decade has been, I'm just happy they're trying something different.
You got a very good defenseman, I guess you'd say, in hockey. And I really liked how they did it. And you never know what's going to happen with the draft pick, especially in hockey. You may not even see that guy on the Blackhawks for 4 to 5 years. Yeah,
it's a crapshoot. And you pick up a known commodity, a guy who's going to be there. Does kind of suck though. Bedard gets hurt in training camp at the end of last week. Doesn't seem like it's going to be, a major one, but you still don't ever want to see after, him getting hurt in the regular season. You don't want to see him have another setback.
Well, and you don't like to see an injury after another injury after another injury. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But, I guess if you're going to get hurt, it's a good time too. It's never a good time to get hurt.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how quickly hockey just comes back.
Yeah, they start like preseason in September.
Yeah. It's a sport that you would think needs quite a bit of time off that doesn't.
Yeah, for real. That is very true. On the other side of the United Center, the Bulls, since we've last recorded, have hired Thiago Splitter. I don't know what your thoughts on the hiring were, Zach. I think, I like where this organization's going. I like this hire.
I like all the moves they've kind of made. It was GM, right?
Yeah, brought in Graham.
Yeah, and then Thiago Splitter, who I think was the best pick you could have made of who was available.
Yeah.
I think that was a good move. I think you got Norman Powell, who, say what you want, he's going to be a good scorer. The money, who cares about the money? The NBA money
doesn't matter.
Stupid. It is crazy. I like the draft pick, Caleb Wilson. I think that this Bulls team is going to be exciting next year.
Yeah, I agree. And there was they re-signed Zach Collins, who was on the team. And not even that, the one we don't even really talk about anymore. They got Nick Claxton for nothing.
Am I sure that they didn't release him?
Zach Collins?
No, Nick Claxton.
No, they released Cam Jones, who they picked up in a trade pick.
Oh, okay. So I'd seen that they got rid of one of the centers that they had got. So I see what you mean.
Yeah,
But
so they made a trade of like whatever it was, the 30 something pick, and they got Cam Jones from Indy in that like draft pick trade, and then they released him. So no, Nick Claxton will be starting.
I'm excited for the season. I know it's whatever. It's gonna be very sad to listen to the Bulls games without Stacey King now.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't have that on the notes.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good team, I think. I mean, competitive.
Yeah, I think so too. And like with these rookies, Caleb Wilson, I think, is going to be a very good player. And I wasn't super happy on the Swain pick at the time just because of who was left. But the more and more I look up on this guy, the more I like him. And to be completely honest, if we're having to rely on the 15th draft pick to, whether our season's a success next year, something's gone wrong. So if he's a piece that can come in off the bench.
The NBA is going to be totally different next year for tanking.
Yeah, big time.
So, and then I don't know if you've seen this. We were talking about it like we have a text thread before we started the show. This new free throw rule that they're like trying in summer league, it may be the worst rule of all time.
I don't know. I go back and forth on whether
what do you mean? If you get like it's the 3-point play, you make the first free throw, you get all 3 points. That is just taking away the whole game. That is why you shoot free throws.
Yeah,
what are we doing here? That is so dumb. That is crazy.
Yeah, I try to see like the positives.
So you get a strike to start the game. That guy's out because there's already 3 strikes now. Like, so there's no effort in free throws anymore. You just got to make the first one.
Yeah, I get. Listen, I don't disagree. I'm on your side here. I'm just trying to find it.
Could you even turn this into something good?
I don't want to watch DeAndre Ayton miss 16 free throws a game.
That's the point of the NBA. I don't think I should watch him get an extra point because he made the first one, and then he didn't have to worry about the second one. It's the NBA.
Yeah, listen. I also wonder, like, if this ever does become a thing, what's this going to do with like records and stuff, right?
Oh, it's going to destroy records because, like, the consecutive misses and stuff like that, or free throw percentage is just going to go out the door.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He's 4 for 4 tonight, but he's got 10 points off of free throws, or however that would work. I don't know. That was bad math.
Yeah, that's some threes in there, but yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it is wild. For the first time in a long time, I am very excited for the bowl season. Now, do I think that the Bulls are going to win more than 50 games? No, I don't. Under no circumstance. I think they're going to be, somewhere between 40 and 50 wins. And, they're going to.
East is going to be up in the air, too.
Yeah. Philly really
the Knicks were good, but it's hard to run it back. They're going to be good.
Philly's going to be good.
Philly's going to be good. The Celtics will still be good. Cavaliers, depending on if LeBron goes back there, they're going to be pretty good.
Miami's a big question mark.
Dominant teams, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's such a huge question mark just based on what they're going to be able to put around.
They got Giannis and nobody else.
Yeah.
Bam.
I mean, Washington, I think, is going to be, in the playoff if everything stays together there.
Is AD going to be there to start the season? It doesn't.
They've made it very clear he's not for sale.
Everyone says that until somebody's for sale. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he is, but I'm not going to go off of what they have to say about that. And then you never know, the Trae Young stuff. I mean, is he going to be good?
Detroit. People forget Detroit was a top 2 seed the last 2 years.
Yeah, dude. I did not realize.
Why is going back to the East?
I didn't realize. Just kind of NBA talk here. I did not realize how little games John Morant has played in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I don't think. That's such a weird
And then
situation.
how him and Dame on the same team? Well, how is that going to work?
And Danny Avdija.
Yeah, the NBA is going to be crazy next year, especially because wherever LeBron goes, that whole team is going to be different.
Yeah.
Again, you got Miami has Giannis and nobody. They have Bam, but like nobody
Bam,
else.
yeah.
They traded everything away. Now, Jaylen Brown's on the 76ers, and the Celtics have nobody other than Jason Tatum. So like, I don't. Well, they have Mitchell Robinson, who is good, but he's not really much for scoring per se. I think the NBA. I mean, I think it's going to be up for grabs. Really.
Oh,
I know the Spurs are always going to be that top team now, with Wemby, but I think if the Bulls could be competitive, just give them a chance.
Yep, absolutely. I'm very excited for basketball season to come back. Switching gears just a little bit, the Cubs pick up a win today on Sunday. They're sitting at 50-40 right now, currently 5 games back out of first with the Brewers. Pick up a good win on Sunday, but man, what a roller coaster of a week. They win 23-3 on Wednesday, and
the craziest first half of a season ever.
Yeah,
2 10-game win streaks. We got a 10-game losing streak. We've got just every pitcher's getting hurt.
Yep.
Almost every offensive player has struggled at some point, and you're still 5 games out of the division, and you're leading you're probably tied for the wild card. The wild card's insane. It's always going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You're still in it. I just heard a firework outside. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, you couldn't script a season like this to start.
No, it makes no sense, dude. And Matt Shaw just gets moved to the IL again just yesterday with his hand. I mean, it's Edward Cabrera right now. Tyone, I think, is making a rehab start. I want to say he made it today. It's
Ben Brown.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody, it feels like.
And then Justin Steele might be back after the All-Star break. Cade Horton was on the team to start the season, had Tommy John. Mm-hmm. It's just what we're having to deal with right now, pitching wise, and we're still in it, is crazy.
It is. It's
and then
wild.
They score 23 runs in a game and then lose by 15 the next day. This season.
It was like the first time since like 1894 that a team won by 15 and then lost by 15 in back-to-back games.
It really makes no sense.
Dude, and you know what sucks that I'm realizing? I've watched, I would say, at least like innings of every single Cubs game this year. Maybe a half a dozen to 10 that I haven't watched anything of. We're just not going to have baseball next year.
Oh, yeah. They're not even
next summer's going to suck.
They're not even close.
No, and they shouldn't be. They're so far off. That first proposal was an absolute slap in the face. And since we talked a little bit about the NBA, I'm convinced the owners just want to ruin baseball. Have you seen the things about they want to put in like legislation on who can enter the draft and taking it down to like 10 rounds, and kids can't come out of high school anymore. They're going to ruin minor league baseball.
Well, I think they want to do anything to go on strike.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen.
It sucks.
Baseball
is in such a great spot right now, too.
I'm trying to enjoy this season as much as possible because there's no way we're going to have baseball next summer.
Well, hey, maybe all the pitchers for the Cubs can get healthy then.
Yeah. They head to Baltimore this week before the break. 3 in Baltimore, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Cincinnati. So,
yeah,
little positives there.
It's at least fun that they're still in it, and but it's just been like you said, a roller coaster.
Yep. And unfortunately, the Cubs have to play in the toughest division in baseball. That's not been fun.
No, the Brewers just always good.
And I mean, it's still, I think right now, all but the Reds are over 5. Pittsburgh's still a game over 500.
Yeah, the Reds really fell off.
Yeah, they did. The White Sox 47-42 right now, a game up on Cleveland after splitting a weekend series with them. I mean, we've talked about it as many times as we've been on the air this year. They're young and dumb and they're fun to watch. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
I'd say they're like a 2015 Cubs.
Yeah, I don't think they're good enough to make a deep playoff run, but like there's
but you never know because the AL is terrible.
Bad. So bad.
So I think that you just get in the playoffs, you win the division somehow. You're gonna be in a great spot.
And Mooney is starting a rehab assignment this week, I think.
Yes. Offensively, they are very good.
The Cubs have more wins than all but one American League team, and that's the Tampa Bay Rays. And they're 5 games out of their division.
Who is just making no sense either because they have like the lowest payroll.
Yeah. The Cubs have 50 wins.
I think for White Sox fans, this has to be the most fun season you've had since like 2020.
Oh, big time. I mean, I don't even want to say that it like wasn't expected because like I think everybody expected them to be better than they have the last couple of years. But
there's really no expectations.
Yeah, and you want to know what's funny is I just remembered this. I picked the Kansas City Royals to win that division. They're one of the worst teams in baseball.
Well, dude, the White Sox were like plus 25,000 or something crazy to win the division. I wish I would have taken it.
The Kansas City Royals are tied for the worst record in Major League Baseball, and I picked them to win that division.
That's a great pick by you.
Yeah, that was rough. But I mean, and you can't like apologize for the opponents you play. You just go out and play the game, and like that. Like I said, we haven't done that many shows during the baseball season, but like I think I've said it on every episode. They're young, they're good, and they just go out and play. And I
think overall they are in a better spot than the Cubs because I think their pitching is in a better spot, and offensively they are more consistent.
Yeah, but I think I don't know if I'd agree with that just because of the injury stuff.
Well, that's fine, but that doesn't. I understand injuries, but that you still have to put that into like it's still there. Like we can't just pretend like the injuries are. Yes, they suck, but they're going on, and we're having to deal. David Peterson, it was a big trade we made, and he gets shelled his second game.
Yeah.
So like, I think like consistent wise, they are in a better spot.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of riding their wave right now, and we're almost to the end of the first half, and they're still sitting right there.
Like Dansby, he went from one of the worst hitters to like 5 home runs in 24 hours and stuff like that. Like the Cubs, other than really PCA, no one is staying consistent with the Cubs.
They are just so bipolar; it's insane.
And the White Sox are just having fun, guaranteed. Yep. I think it's just guaranteed. Is exciting. It's fun to go to. It seems like they're having a lot of fun.
That is very true. Yeah, you went to a game this year. The place was rocking. I know it was Cubs, White Sox, but
that was wild.
Well, before we move on, we got to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee, the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. We work with our guy Dom Frederick. Of course, they work with Ian Happ, so
Matthew it's good Boyd now too.
Stuff. Matthew Boyd, big Connect guy. So make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Give them a follow on X at Connect Roasters. Get yourself over to the storefront in Bourbonnais and tell them the TCF boys said hello. So as always, a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters. I know it's early July, and I know that the NBA and the NHL season have been done for a little bit, but we haven't been on in a while. So we want to talk and do a little recap on the NBA and the NHL finals, starting with the NBA. The Knicks get that elusive championship. I never thought I'd see the day. I know it was only a 5-game series, but it was an insanely fun NBA finals.
Well, they came back from down like 24 points in one of the games. The Knicks showed that they were the better team overall. They were the Spurs have a very good future, but they just kind of weren't ready to win it in that moment.
It was like watching OKC from like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that Jalen Brunson is such a good player, and it's just the right team at the right time.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It was it was kind of like it was also fun to watch in a sense that like New York was bad less than a decade ago. And that things can turn around and you can see, a quick I'm not saying that, the Bulls are going to elevate themselves to a championship level, but you can see how quickly of a turnaround things can happen with the right people in place and making a couple moves here and there. That it was just kind of just fun to watch, I think is the easiest way to put it. And like it gives you a little bit of hope when you cheer for a franchise that has been as pathetic as the Bulls have been, for the last 25 plus years.
But also for us, it's cool because we saw Jalen Brunson at state basketball
Big time.
multiple years before he went to Villanova. Like it's just kind of cool that like somebody that you saw way back then is now in the NBA winning an NBA championship for the New York Knicks.
Yep. Second round pick, kind of gutted through everything. Like it was cool to watch, man. I think it's just as simple as that.
Yeah, the NBA, it's crazy because the NBA playoffs are just so long.
Yeah.
And then the NBA finals, it seems like it's over like that.
Yeah. I mean, we're like I said, it's, the 5th of July and we're recording this. It doesn't feel like the season's been done since June 13th.
Yeah. And I mean, they were 2 games away from the game 7. So that would have probably almost gone another at least 4 days. So,
Yep.
I mean, it's just crazy. The NBA finals, NBA playoffs are just too long.
They are so long.
Especially now with like the play-in games. Like,
yep.
It takes forever.
Yeah, I always remember my son was born on April 19th, and we watched the play-in games when we were at the hospital when he was born. And then so middle of April till middle of June, that's 2 full months at least.
It's crazy. It's just too much.
Hockey-wise, we saw Carolina get a Stanley Cup title. I thought Vegas was going to take. They were kind of on a hot streak, but dude, Carolina was just so good.
Very good. And then, dude, Vegas is a crazy team. Like they've been a team for what, 10 years now?
I think 9 full seasons. They're entering their 10th year.
And they've made it almost, I think every year they've made the playoffs.
Yeah, I think there might have been one, but they've made it to 3 finals and they've won one. And then you see Carolina, who's been around for a while, as a franchise, but like they haven't had, the sustained success, and they just kind of dominated throughout the playoffs.
Playoff hockey is unreal.
Carolina lost 3 games in the playoffs, dude. That's insane.
That is crazy.
Isn't that nuts? 3 games in the entire playoffs.
I did not think about that.
They didn't lose a game until the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's crazy.
They swept the first round, swept the second round, win 4-1 in the semifinals, and then 4-2 in the finals.
Jeez Louise.
Isn't that nuts? But that's another one that, like, we've talked a million times about how quick hockey can turn around, and like it just it's possible. And not that Carolina's been bad or anything, but it's one of those things where you see, the right pieces and a couple big name guys and the right coach and the right GM in a small amount of time, you can make a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say hockey right behind maybe if football, you can make a pretty quick turnaround.
Yes.
But hockey is one of those ones where from year to year, you don't know who's going to be good. Well, but especially this year, there's been a lot of trades.
Yeah, very true. Very true. It's good. It's another one, like, I want to get excited about the Blackhawks, and, you see how quickly something can turn things around. But, I mean, I didn't watch a ton of hockey, but it was wild to check in and see, Carolina, when the games I watched, I'm just like, yeah, this team is just different. And then it goes to show when you look back and they've lost 3 games in the entire playoffs.
I want the Blackhawks to just be in one playoff series. Make it fun.
Yep. Give me something to watch in April.
Yeah, exciting.
Yes.
Blackhawks
switching gears
would be so much fun.
Yes, it would. That place gets rocket. And I've said it a million times. I'm the most fair weather hockey fan. If the Blackhawks are good, I watch a ton of Blackhawks. If the Blackhawks are bad, I watch little to no hockey.
Yeah, but Maybe they will
So I
give
need
you
them to
something
be
to watch.
good. So I have an excuse to watch. Speaking of sports, I'm very fair weather on. Let's switch gears over to the World Cup and the United States being, as prevalent in this as it has. It's been cool to see, the crowds in American people coming from abroad to visit, these stadiums and these cities that we're having these games in. But this national team is really fun to watch.
Very good. They, as of when we're recording this, they got their best goal scorer back. Kind of a crazy situation. Got a red card, which I thought was insane. In the game against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I'm gonna say, don't forget Herzegovina.
Sorry, that's my fault. And then the day before the game against Belgium, they just reversed it.
Yeah.
They say the president made a call to FIFA. For anyone that's saying like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe FIFA did this," FIFA's been corrupt forever. I mean, this isn't the first time.
Yeah, the U.S. getting Balogun back is like one of the least surprising things FIFA has done.
I mean, like people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe FIFA did this." Yeah, I can, because FIFA does what it wants when it wants. I mean,
if this like happened in the NBA, I'd be like, yeah, that like the NBA, is, you might not like Adam Silver or, Roger Goodell from the NFL, but like FIFA's been corrupt for the day before forever.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to be like, I cannot believe this happened. You haven't watched anything to do with FIFA. Because
also, I know this is because we're American, and I know that we, are not the biggest soccer guys, but like the U.S. needs to host the World Cup at least like every 4 or 5 times around.
I think it's a good one. You go to Mexico, U.S., and Canada. Like it's pretty, like there's like a lot of places to go in a small area.
And not even that, like 100%. We've got stadiums out the wazoo. No stadiums had to be built for this.
My main thing is, I've seen in this World Cup, these fans travel. I mean, they are probably 20-hour plane rides away, some countries, and they are just packing these stadiums.
It was the Scottish fans who, I don't even think Scotland made the knockout round. They might have, I can't remember off the top of my head, but like I'd seen an interview where they were asking one of the Scottish fans, like how much it cost. And they were like, oh, it was like $15,000. But like, imagine like the tourism money that's coming in. And like I said, the biggest thing, like there's no stadiums that need to be built. Qatar had to build like 10 stadiums to host.
Well, so like England beat Mexico tonight in, Azteca. Is that
Azteca is the name of the stadium
in Mexico City, probably.
I think so.
And then they're going to Miami. So like, I mean, they're just traveling.
Yeah. But like, that's what's crazy though, is like, it's really not that far apart. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things.
You got to go across like a border to get there. I mean, that's just kind of crazy to think like these people are just traveling all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, big time, dude. It's been really cool to watch. Like I'm very much like, I don't watch like English soccer, but I do like international soccer, and I tend to watch a lot of the World Cups when they're going on. And like the fact that they're happening here and they're in, stadiums we're familiar with, and like seeing the videos of the fans in towns and like people documenting like the first group, it was like the Koreans partying with the Mexican fans in Mexico City. Like that stuff's really cool to see.
Or like Cape Verde?
Cape Verde.
I mean, that's an awesome story. Their goalie's 40. He's 40 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got like lots of Instagram followers, and like he's probably gonna get to be on a team now outside of the World Cup, and how that country kind of like got to watch the national team do something that they thought would. I mean, they almost beat Argentina. I mean, that was one of the craziest goals I've ever seen.
Well, and it's been a really cool World Cup because we're also seeing the end of like some of the big names. I think Ronaldo said this will be his last. Neymar said it's good.
Neymar said it's his last, but he didn't really play this one. He was like the last guy picked. for the team. He was just there. Did you see what he did?
I don't think so.
He scored a PK when they were down 2-0 in extra time in the 90th minute. And then was just like mocking the goalie from the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah, I did not get that. Like, that's your last moment in FIFA. You're about to lose. Yeah, and that I thought that was a little confusing. It could be Messi's last one. You don't know. You never know.
I thought Messi last one was going to be his last one.
France only wins 1-0 against Portugal.
Yeah,
I mean it's crazy. No, Paraguay. Sorry,
Paraguay. Yep.
Portugal actually plays today when you're listening to this, or the day this comes out, against Spain, USA, Belgium. This is when it starts to get really exciting. Is like it's starting to get down to the last 16, and then these guys will go to the final 8 and stuff like that. That's when it really gets crazy.
Hey, all I know is as of right now, the USA is the last standing North American team.
Yeah, Canada. Did you see what their coach said?
No.
Some of the biggest loser talk I've ever seen. He goes, "I'd rather have my team. They played better or whatever. You lost 3-0, dude. You lost 3-0.
Smoked to Morocco.
If you want to go to my Twitter, I quote tweeted, said loser talk. It is one of the it just, what are you doing? I hate when teams do that. I mean, it seems like it's a lot in soccer where it's like, oh, you're not better than us. Well, yeah, they won 3-0. I don't. What are you talking
about? Yes,
and absolutely. Also, I just didn't know that almost every team, their coach is not from that country.
No, that's I don't ever remember a United States coach that was from America. Like we have Berhalter.
The USA coach started talking. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Pochettino's from Argentina, I think.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense, but it also doesn't. I know it's kind of confusing. Or the guy that got suspended and now he's playing.
Balogun.
He was from London, but I think he was his parents had the delayed flight when he was born, and he was born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and the flight attendant wouldn't let his mom on the plane because she was so pregnant.
Yeah, and so that's
shout out to that lady.
I think that's the only reason he's playing for USA.
Yeah. Shout out to that flight attendant.
Yeah, thank you. But that confusing. But also what I liked going to USA, they got down to 10 men because of the red card, and they still scored a goal, and they still had pressure. That is what I like to see. They didn't fold. Say whatever you want about Bosnia. They still beat them.
Yeah. Also, speaking of that reminded me, I think one of the kids on the Mexican team is from the Chicago suburbs.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah. So,
it's got a USA team, too, from Naperville.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
third string. I don't know how you'd say it in soccer terms, but he's the backup's backup.
Yeah. And it's also wild looking at this bracket. It reminds me that there's always a third place game in the World Cup.
Which has got to be the worst game of all time to play.
That's the most soccer thing I've ever heard, that there's a third place game. Who cares?
And I bet you still want to get third place, but my goodness, that would have to suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. There's no way. Even if the U.S. is in, I don't think I'm watching that.
I'd be you can have it. No, exactly. You can have it. I don't want to play this game.
That's also this is where my brain goes. You know, there used to be a third place game in the NCAA tournament.
That is, a third place game in any sport is just dumb.
Dude, up until the 80s, there was a third place game.
I guess I get state basketball or
no, I think they need to get rid of that too.
Even that, it kind of makes sense though, because they're probably, some kids are at the end of their career or whatever. But I could even see it in college sports, but in professional sports,
that's crazy.
We're making these guys go play a third place game. They're getting paid millions of dollars.
You lose the NFC championship game. You got to play in that.
Would be stupid. That would be crazy. Or a very contact sport.
Or even in baseball, you lose in the NLCS and you have to play on off nights of the World Series.
Or even in soccer, though, they still got club teams they're going to go play for pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's gonna be all right. Before we move on though, Zach, we got Belgium, USA tomorrow night. Score prediction.
I say 2-1 USA.
I was also gonna say 2-1 USA, but I think we're gonna win in penalty kicks.
Oh, I don't want that. That'd be so scary.
I know, I love penalty kicks.
But like,
though.
I have lunch at 9:00 at night, which kind of sounds weird, but I work nights. So like, I kind of would like the game so I can watch the end of it and it'd be exciting.
There you go.
But dude, if they can move on to the, I would say Elite Eight,
Yep.
that would be huge. I mean, that would be one of the biggest moments in USA soccer history.
Oh, it's the farthest. I don't think they've ever advanced.
I think me and you and your brother saw them lose to Belgium so we went to Soldier Field and watched it.
You did?
Oh, were you not there?
No.
So it must have been just me and your brother. We went to Soldier Field and watched it. Well, no, like we watched it on a TV.
Oh, gotcha.
And then they lost to Belgium in the World Cup many years ago. And yeah, we watched it at Soldier Field. It wasn't at Soldier Field, but we watched it on a screen at Soldier Field.
I've never been in Soldier Field.
You're missing out.
No, I'm not. The place is a dump.
But yeah, I think that's the last time they played in a knockout round against them. Like, it was the round of 32, but that was still the first time ever that America was, the USA team was favored to win a knockout round game. And I think they might be favored or right around.
They're plus 160 right now.
So yeah, that's still pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But still,
home field advantage, man.
Yeah, because it's in Seattle.
I was going to say, no better place for a game than Seattle because that's like one of the biggest soccer cities in the country.
It is crazy that you're just like, why can't they just play like a certain amount of games in the same area? You got to go like from one place to the other.
Also absurd that Chicago got no games.
Yeah, and Kansas City got a game?
Yeah, there's got to be some political stuff going on there because it's
the Belgium coach. He's like, I thought it was April Fool's Day, not July 5th. I would be mad too, honestly. Though I would be very mad.
Oh, if this was in the other shoe, I'd be firing off tweets.
But like, to be like, I cannot believe we're doing this for. It says the integrity of the FIFA.
Yeah, FIFA.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Well, let's move on. Let's go USA. Let's get a dub. Let's go on to we're calling it the Elite Eight. So
yeah,
our sport now. We've got a new team builder here. We're going to build our perfect team. I don't know if any of you guys have been playing 82-0. It is my obsession here lately. So we're going to try and build a perfect team. It is on the screen on YouTube. So basically what it is each position, this is NBA centric, so each position has a numbered spot, and you have to take one player from each position. So I'll read them off here real quick for audio listeners. Point guard, we'll go 1 through 5 is Magic, Steph Curry, Oscar Robertson, Isaiah, and John Stockton. At the shooting guard, 1 is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, James Harden, AI. At the small forward is LeBron, Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Dr. J, and Scotty. At the power forward, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Dirk, Karl Malone, and Charles Barkley. And at the center position is Kareem, Shaq, Hakeem, Wilt, and Bill Russell. So, Zach, do you want to start, or do you just want to go all 5? Do you have an order?
How this works is like there's no like limit on anything to get. You just pick any position. But
you can only take 1. So like if you take Magic Johnson, you cannot take MJ, LeBron, Tim Duncan.
How do you want to do it? Do you want to just build the team?
I'll just build. I think I've got mine. Do you want me to rattle mine off?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So I'm taking Steph at the point guard. Give me Allen Iverson at the 2 in my 5 spot. I love Allen Iverson. He was my favorite player growing up. I will take LeBron at my 1. So I need a 3 and a 4, which I will take Dirk. That leaves me Wilt Chamberlain at the center. I think we got a good shot to go 82-0. So Steph, AI, LeBron, Dirk, Wilt Chamberlain. You're not beating my team.
Okay. I'm going to go John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, and then Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, that'd be a really fun game to play my team. I wish I had 2K loaded up somewhere. I'd run a
That would
simulation.
be, I mean, that's fun.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah, that is.
for John Stockton, John Stockton, he can like assist. We don't really need him to shoot much because we have Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and then Dirk, who can just like play wherever you want him to. And then Wilt Chamberlain, I don't really know his game that well. Haven't really watched him play.
He once averaged like
he scored 100 points in the game, right?
Allegedly.
He did.
Allegedly. There's no video proof of it.
Who is one person on the whole thing that doesn't deserve to be on there? I think I know.
One that doesn't deserve to be on here.
I'll go with mine first. James Harden.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would say that. He was also the most like prolific scoring guard of the 2010s and is still very relevant today.
I know, I guess, but like
he's going to be a first ballot basketball Hall of Famer.
That means nothing to me.
Dude, I don't know. He scored in droves.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to make a case for him, the first ballot Hall of Fame, basketball Hall of Fame, it does not big.
I don't disagree,
but I mean, he's an amazing player, but for him to be on that list.
All you have to know about either of us taking Wilt, you said you're not that familiar with his game. He once had a season that he averaged 50.4 points per game.
That's insane.
Isn't that absurd? In that season, he also averaged 25 rebounds a game.
I don't know if I could do that playing against nobody.
Well, he was playing against a bunch of white plumbers.
That's fine, but I don't. There's still somebody guarding you.
The season before, he averaged 34 and 27.
You still have to make the baskets.
That's insane.
I don't care who you're playing. That's crazy stats.
For his career, he averaged 30 and 22.
That's crazy.
Isn't that absurd?
Like I said, I don't think I could do that against like
third graders.
Nobody. Like against nobody in front of me. And I had to make like, I guess you could only make so many layups. Like, dude, that would be hard.
Yeah.
Nobody guarding you.
Check out the graphic on YouTube. Let us know who your starting five would be, because we're going to wrap things up as always. We've got the TCF top three, and we are doing car options / accessories. So things you would want if you were allowed to build a car from scratch, things you have to have in your car. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to, Zach?
I already know what I think both of our number ones would be. So, do you want me to go first, or you go first?
Go ahead, because I don't know if you do.
Air conditioning. I gotta have air conditioning.
Yeah, that's without it. I feel like that's like standard now, which is crazy because I don't think it is.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's standard.
Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have.
I'm pretty sure every car that's made nowadays has air conditioning.
I feel like in America, it definitely does.
But I mean, driving around when you're just hot and it's muggy and gross, like that is terrible. And then you got to roll the windows. You know, I hate rolling the windows down. Yeah,
me too. Me too. According to AI, not Allen Iverson, standard air conditioning is a feature on over 99% of all modern vehicles. There are some ultra budget models in foreign markets that do not have air conditioning.
That's crazy.
I'm going to go with my first round pick, and I don't know how we lived before this, but it's some sort of like Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, or like, you know, the screen with your Google Maps and your Spotify and like the touch screen. I've had it in a car now. In any car I've owned for the last 6 years, I don't know if I could go back to not having like a touch screen or like an interactive screen in my car.
That's a good one.
I will also go, and there's one I want to take, but I don't even have it in my truck now. So it'd be disingenuous of me to take this. But I will go backup camera with my second round pick.
Man, that's a good one.
I same thing. I've had it in cars for the last 6 years now. I don't know, and I still turn around to look all the time. But like mine now has like the alert if there's a car coming. I rely on it way too much, but I will go with backup camera.
I'm gonna go with cup holders.
Your drafts lately have been hilarious,
dude. I've definitely been in cars with no cup holders.
If they were built in like 1967,
you're talking about cars not having air conditioning.
There are. I was just saying that it was like a standard thing. That's definitely more standard to have cup holders than air conditioning.
I do not think so. Nowadays?
100%.
Nowadays?
My little truck has 6 cup holders.
I understand that, but
actually,
you're not going to have 7 air conditioners because you just have one. What do you mean? You can't say, I got 6 of them.
You're just picking like the most like obvious options, the basics.
But there's only so many options in the car.
Yep, you're not wrong. All right, what's your third round pick?
Heated seats.
My truck doesn't have them, and I don't need them.
Oh, I love them because like if my back hurts, I just turn that thing on.
So I had it in my old car that my wife has now.
No cloth seats.
Cloth seat. Oh yeah, can't have. I hate leather seats. But my truck doesn't.
I love leather seats. I'm saying you cannot have heated seats in a cloth car.
No, very much disagree.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
I had heated seats in my Escape, and when on my back was, it was like slip disc territory. And I put the heated seat on because I thought it would make it better. Made it 10 times worse. It had like relaxed the muscle too much and allowed the disc to like slip out more than it was already.
Well, that sounds like a very much you problem. I overrated. I think, like for me, like after work, lifted a bunch of fish tanks. No big deal. I love to turn that thing on, but like, I guess. I love cooled seats too, but go on.
I've never had cooled seats.
Those are awesome. Oh my God.
I've driven, a couple cars that had them. My last pick, man, there's so many to go with here. I had one and I can't remember it. The one I will say I hate the most is that lane assist where it like pulls you
when it buzzes you over. It's probably very safe, but like it is weird. Like
big time.
Kind of freaks you out.
Remote start.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I have that on my truck. That's why I don't mind not having heated seats, is because I have remote start, and it's through my.
That's a swing and a miss by me there.
I have it on an app on my phone, so like I before I leave, start it up. You can control the temperature.
Self-driving. That makes me very nervous.
See, I feel like I don't like it now, but if I had it and like once you get used to it, I feel like it'd be really nice to have.
I don't think I'd ever trust it. I don't want to be that comfortable in a driver's seat.
I 100% would.
I would not. I just don't.
Self-driving gets less distracted than I do when I'm driving.
Yeah, but at least like I just don't trust it. Maybe. Some other ones. Let's see here. Like, is windshield wipers like too obvious?
Yeah, that's standard. That's like legally you have to have that on a car.
I like the heated rear view mirrors. Like some rear view mirrors have like heat. That's really nice.
That is, yeah.
I've never when it's like the ice gets built up in there, it's hard to see.
You mean like your side mirrors?
Yeah, is that not what
rear view's the one? Like,
sorry. The side mirrors. The side mirrors heated. I think mine is that way.
Have you ever had a heated steering wheel?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that either. I felt like my hands got like
It's
sweaty.
it's nice for like 1 minute. And then you're like, geez Louise.
I've seen some of the stuff they do in minivans is crazy. Like they have like minivans that have like cameras so you can see into your back seat on your touchscreen. What about like the 360 cameras, in like some trucks that you have like you can see when you're backing up? Not only do you have your
My grandma has that in her car. I do not understand how that technology works.
dude, same. The lane assist, like your blind spot monitor, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So like if you're on the interstate and you have a car coming up the side, like a light turns on your side mirror.
I'm trying to think what else. I think we got about everything.
I was gonna say,
Like,
let us.
Because I mean, you'd almost think like some stuff is very obvious.
Yeah, standard. It is kind of crazy though, because like some stuff we think is obvious, like motorized seats and windows, my truck doesn't have motorized seats.
Yeah, that's not like a huge. It's just like there's risk on both sides. Like the motor could go out of it, and you could not be able to move your seat anymore.
Yeah,
So like you kind of think about stuff like that.
yeah. And I know like I've seen a lot of stuff on these slate trucks, these like super cheap EV trucks. And they're just like basic. They don't have a radio, they don't have power windows, power seats, but you can like add onto it as you build it for a little extra price for these things.
Backseat air conditioners.
What'd you say?
Backseat air conditioning, like the vents in the back seat.
Like the dual climate ones.
Or not even that, just having a vent in the back seat.
Big time. I don't disagree there.
They're not like, can you please crank it up in the front so I can feel it at just a little bit in the back?
There was a funny story on one of my family vacations. I was sitting in the back seat of my sister's car, and my girlfriend at the time was in the front seat with my sister, and I was just sweating in the back seat. And I was like, why is it so hot in here? My sister didn't realize the like full car circulation. So like they were freezing in the front seat, and I was sweating like a hog in the back seat.
Or even like DVD players are now, or not even DVD. I don't know what it is now.
Dude, some of these like options in like
big Wi-Fi built into the car.
My truck has Wi-Fi.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but it's there.
I remember when me and my sister would go on like family trips with my parents. Like we would have a giant TV in the back where we watch a VHS tape or something.
We had like a converter from the cigarette plug that you could plug my brother's TV.
There's not enough like cigarette lighters anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's one in my truck. Like, most people like there's outlets in cars now.
Yeah, like mine's is 2015, and there seems like there's a cigarette lighter everywhere.
Yeah. There's definitely less and less of them because most people just use them, for a power source now than anything. But yeah, there's one in mine, but there's also an outlet in it that I could just plug something into.
Yeah, I see.
Well, let us know what we missed out because that's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking in. I know we've been, hit or miss on our schedule here lately, but we're working on getting a little more regular, getting stuff out. Make sure you check out all of the socials. We're on there quite a bit, so make sure you're checking us out: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. New video every single day on TikTok. I'm also working on doing some more just like quick videos on there, so check that out as well.
Yeah, you did one for like the Bulls draft night and stuff like that.
Yep. Just trying to do a little bit more stuff like that. So give that a follow. Head on over to YouTube, all of our content and video form, putting all of the daily history videos up there as well. All that kind of stuff. You can't go to a social media and we're not there. So make sure you follow us on all of those. Make sure you check out our friends over at Connect Roasters. You can find me on X at Boomy TCF, Zach at Z Lilia TCF. I'm also working on Threads a little bit. I know that kind of came out and got big for a minute and then kind of went away. So working on moving some stuff over there. But as always, guys, we appreciate you checking in, trying to work on getting a little more consistent with our schedule. But that is going to do it. That was episode 281 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.